Hi everyone, I wanted just to give a quick tutorial on how to use word reference, and I'm in my classroom now and you can see my screen right here. So on the home page you have the little button that's a WR right up here. This is your online dictionary. As you should have probably read in the syllabus, I do not allow students to use Google Translate, and the reason is because it can be wildly inaccurate, which means that a lot of times they will get the translations wrong. And I am able to tell for the most part when you do use it. So please refrain from using Google Translate. It's not very reliable. For some things it can be, but in our case, we're trying to learn the language. And so to focus on learning, we are allowed to use the online dictionary, but you're not just going to type a whole paragraph into or any type of online dictionary and get the English translation. So what we're going to do is we're going to click on this word reference link. It's a WR for word reference. It will take us directly to our online dictionary. So we can have Spanish to English. If you're reading something and you don't know what it means in Spanish and you want to get the English translation, you can go ahead and put it right up here. If you want to write something, so you have like a story to write or something like that, and you want to include the word that you don't know, you can go from English to Spanish, and you probably saw there's a lot of other options as well there. But let me say I don't know the word for today. So I'm going to look up the word today, hit enter to search, and then it's going to bring up hoy. So that's a word that we're definitely going to learn. But for example, today it says the current day. One thing I like about word reference is that it shows you the actual definition of the word. And sometimes words in English that are the same in English are not the same in Spanish, which is where Google Translate goes wrong a lot of times. So for example, the word date in English could mean several different things. So let's look it up. All right, so one version of the word date is the day of the month. So that if you're asking what's the date today, and you have to write it on your paper or something like that, you're going to use the word fecha. And so you can see that right here, it will tell you the day of the month or specific day. However, a date can also be like a romantic meeting. So if somebody asks you out on a date, you're not going to use the word fecha. It's going to be different. They're going to say cita, or some countries use other words as well. But you know that this is the right word to use because you can see what type of date it is. And some of you might know that a date is also a fruit. And so if I'm going to say I want to eat a date, I don't want to say I'm going to eat la fecha, because that means the actual day of the month, okay? So you can see where that would get a little confusing on Google Translate. It can be wrong, and it might use the word for date when you're asking what's the date, and it might use the word for the fruit, but that's not what you're talking about, okay? So it's all about context. A lot of times this happens where words in English are not the same in Spanish. So I wanted to show you that. Another thing is on word reference, it will show you what part of speech that the word is. So another word that's the same in English but not the same in Spanish is park. Okay, so if we're talking about the actual recreational land, like a place you can go to, it's a noun, right? It's a place. Person, place, or thing is a noun. It has that little N right here to say that it's a noun. And then we can see that the word for park in Spanish is parque. However, if we want the verb to park, you're going to park your car. We don't want to use parque to park your car, okay? We want to use the verb. So here's a few different options, and these are used in different countries. It's going to give you a few different options there, so you can pick whichever one you think is appropriate. But yeah, so it has the definition to place a vehicle. So here it shows you that it's a verb, transitive verb. The V is going to stand for verb, N for noun. And then the other parts of speech, like adjectives, will be like ADJ, adverb, ADV, and that sort of thing. So I hope that helps. If you have any more questions about using word reference, let me know. Okay, see you later.